Today on Welcome to the D, we're at the 2015 North American International Auto Show in Detroit City. Let's head on in.
Welcome to the D! Welcome to the D!
All right, let's head on in. What are we going to hit first here? Hassan, you tell me.
I don't know.
My special guest, Hassan Hilmi. Welcome him to the show. Where are we hitting first? You know we're from Detroit, so we're hitting the American vehicles first. Here's the Cadillacs. This is the perfect car for Hassan right here. Can fit his whole family in the back seat. How many kids you got, Hassan? Okay, they fit your whole family. I was right. All right, first thing we're going to see here is Ray's Sunday car. Cadillac race car. Check that puppy out. Looks dangerous. What do you think, Ray? Take her home? All right, this awesome Cadillac's going to go on my Secret Santa list next year. Ray said he's going to hook it up, man. All right, I guess we got to go look at the normal cars you can drive every day now. All right, we're here at the Cadillac line. One of our the favorites in our community, the Escalade. Let's take a little walk around here. Nice change in body style this year. Let's check this bad boy out. Lots of room, power running boards. Everybody knows this is the car of luxury here. Good car for a musician too if you want to give him a gift. Let's check out the interior. Head in, Hassan.
Hi, I'm Andrew Smith. I'm the Executive Director of Design for Global Cadillac, and this is the 2015 Cadillac Escalade Platinum. So, obviously it starts with signature vertical tail lamps from Cadillac. This is a car that you will not mistake for any other brand. First and foremost, a Cadillac. Yes, so this is the new Escalade body, or the new Escalade model, and obviously with our new crest as well. This is a incredibly well detailed interior. It's our most premium model in the Escalade range. It features extensive use of cut and sew, real leather on the IP, suede headliner, 4 interior screens, and plenty of space for a long trip.
So what inspired the design?
Yep. So this is very much about traveling in style. So long distance, effortless voyage, room in the vehicle for 7 and their luggage, entertained all the way and cocooned in a beautiful vehicle.
It seems like Cadillac's been such a resurgence in like the last 5 years, especially the designs.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like they were kind of, I'm not gonna say stuck in a rut, but they weren't really progressing the way you wanted Cadillac to progress. But now it's like to the movies.
Yeah, I think that the clear thing is that we've tried to make sure everyone understands Cadillac has a very strong point of view, and that is that it's a very optimistic brand. It relies on its American heritage, but it's always forward-looking. It's very bold styling and very sophisticated execution.
And it seems like the American large truck Kassa.
Yeah.
This thing,
Yeah.
the traveling cruise line.
You know, it really is, and you know, traveling in this vehicle is effortless. It's an incredibly great vehicle to drive cross country in, and it's just one of the range of Cadillacs that we have here. But certainly for Cadillac, it's very much about getting brand consistency and making sure that the customer feels special.
So what do we got under the hood on this car?
So this has got, actually, you know what? I'm not sure. I know it's a V8, but I'm not sure exactly which engine this one is. But as you can see from the front end, this is the Platinum. Plenty of presence. Again, vertical headlamps, full LED, Platinum grille, loads and loads of presence. This is really, for us, we talk about a symbol of arrival. This is certainly it. Yeah.
So great. Hey, thanks again.
Hey, no problem.
Totally appreciate it.
No problem at all.
All right, have an awesome day.
Need the specs on the car, I can get you those.
Okay.
So,
Okay, are you a sports fan at all? Okay, music fan.
Sure.
Since we're a music show too,
okay.
this is an international show.
Yep.
Greatest guitar player of all time. Starts with Jimmy.
No, you know what? I saw Fleetwood Mac the other day. I don't want to age myself, but I was pretty blown away when I saw Fleetwood Mac. Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac's a great classic band, but you know, we're just a Jimi Hendrix slanted show. Listen. This is the top secret espresso bar at the auto show.
Hi there, I'm Andrew Smith, Executive Director of Design for Cadillac. Yep, so this is the Cadillac ELR. It's a personal coupe. It's an extended range electric vehicle. What that means is that you can drive this vehicle on pure electric motor for around about 30 miles. And then it has on board as well an internal combustion engine to give you extended range. So if you drive beyond that, then the motor can kick in. It can recharge the battery and continue you driving an electric range for much longer distances. So the cool thing with this car is it's fully electric. You can drive to and from work and pure electric. Drive to work, drive home, put it on charge overnight, and it's all set again for the next day. But what you have that most electric vehicles don't have is that extended range. So if you decide to drive longer distances, you don't run out of power. An internal combustion engine just kicks in and starts recharging the battery for you.
Wow, so it's almost a hybrid kind of thing happening?
It's beyond a hybrid in that it's the best of hybrid world combined with the best of electric EV.
Wow, so how many miles can you go on a charge?
On a charge, you can do, and I'm getting confused between kilometers and miles. That's okay, but this can do somewhere north of 30 miles electric range.
30 miles?
Yeah.
So what's going to make me buy this car? I walk in, you're going to sell me on this car.
So what's going to make you buy this car, apart from the fact that you'll use so little fuel that it will probably go stale, there's a reminder in the owner's manual that occasionally you need to use the petrol that's in the car. But first and foremost, you're going to fall in love with this car because of the incredible styling. You stand back and look at this, and the proportion of this vehicle is unlike anything else. Combined with Cadillac styling, it really stands out on the road.
Yeah, this is very cool, and obviously because it's electric, it doesn't need any air coming through the motor.
Exactly, and you know, you stand here and look at the proportion of the vehicle. It's very cab forward, small, sporty coupe, but very, very Cadillac. The second thing is obviously the extended range EV, and then finally you're going to see the interior of this vehicle, which is pretty spectacular. So this vehicle is incredibly premium. Again, everything you're looking at is what you think it is. So the carbon fiber and the wood are authentic, hand-stitched interior, and really a beautiful, beautiful place to be.
Wow, what does this car retail for?
That's a great question, but I'm sorry I don't have the answer.
When's it coming out?
This is on sale right now.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So
How about crash rating? What's the crash? Is this like a solid car as far as crash rating?
So my assumption is it's 5-star, but I can get a product expert to come and talk you through it. Yeah.
So how does it work? Okay, let's say, for the heck of it, you get into an accident, okay?
Yeah.
Where's the battery at in here?
So it has a T battery, which is through the center console and then behind the rear seats. So certainly the battery sits between the front and rear wheels. So it's an extremely well-protected vehicle.
That's what I was going to ask. 'Cause I know
Yeah.
when electric cars first came out, there was a problem with fires and that type of thing.
Right.
Where the battery was
Right.
located.
And this is a very safe vehicle. And again, it combines the best of a great-looking car, a very futuristic-looking car, with the extended range of an E-Rev system.
Cadillac styling.
Yep.
It's always one thing about Cadillac. I mean, there's a reason people say they got whatever they buy. They say I got the Cadillac of the.
Absolutely. You know, and this thing, you see it on the road, and it couldn't be anything else but a Cadillac.
They did. Just like I said, every car Cadillac puts out, the styling is amazing.
Yeah.
I got to really give 5 stars on that.
Good. Thank you.
All right, thanks
Great.
again.
Hey, no problem. Good to talk to you.
Thank you.
All right. See you.
Have fun. All right, Hassan. On to the next. All right, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about this vehicle.
Great. My name is Prakash Patel. I'm the program manager for the all-new 2015 Mustang, which is to my right. Obviously, this car celebrates the 50 year of Mustang. We started with essentially a clean sheet of paper when we started developing this car, starting with the proportions and the engine and inside and outside. As you can see, this car is lower, wider from the outgoing car. We paid a lot of attention to the proportions of the car. Proportions is what makes the car stand out when it's driving the car.
Lower, wider, so better cornering.
Better cornering, better performance, better aerodynamics, but just biggest thing is better visually. The car just standing looks like it's going fast. And that's
a stout look to it.
And it's got a very stout, very muscular looking car. One of the things that we had a biggest challenge when we were developing an all-new Mustang was to keep it still a Mustang. It had to be clearly new, but distinctively Mustang. And that was a challenge that we took on when we started this project.
I mean, I think one of the great things that Ford did is sticking to the classic, somewhat classic look to the Mustang brand. Because there's a look to it, it's iconic vehicle, and you guys have done just a great job keeping that intact, but modernizing at the same time.
That's right, and that's a great point, because what we did not want to do, what we wanted to do to make sure that we boil down the essential cues of what makes a car Mustang. We have 50 years of heritage and 50 years of history, so we had a very good inkling of what that are, and we essentially boiled down the essence and put this in the car, still getting an all-new clean sheet metal inside and outside.
And Mustang owners are so proud of their vehicles. I mean, it's like there's certain cars that just have their own club.
Yep.
That's one of them.
Well, actually we do, right? We have the Mustang Club of America, which is one of the biggest automotive clubs. And not only that's just a club, we have many, many local chapters of Mustang Club. And you're right, if we screwed this one up, we would have heard about it right away.
Yeah, you'd upset a lot of people. I remember when they redesigned, when they came back out with a GTO GM and it looked like a Grand Prix. Oh man, the GTO owners were up in arms because they're thinking of that 65, 66 classic look. And
I'll give you some clear cues. Here on the fastback, our original fastback, we wanted to make sure that we paid heritage and homage to our original fastback design. So we actually completely modernized the fastback design. The classic shark nose on the hood, the long hood, the short deck. Those are some of the classic signatures that we did on the Mustangs. Obviously, very much classic. The tri-bar tail lamps, we brought that back. This pays a lot of heritage to the original 64, 65 car, and we just did a lot of that just to make sure that it was, like I said, clearly Mustang, distinctively Mustang, clearly new.
I mean, this is like classic American muscle revised. We got to see the interior. This interior looks amazing.
Absolutely. So again, very similar to what I just talked to you about on exterior. On the interior, the double eyebrows on the IP, deep gauges, dual analog gauges. We made sure that all of that was still in the car. But the biggest thing that people don't realize is, even though the car is lower, we actually gave more space to the occupant, because we actually lowered the occupant when we lowered the roof. We gave because the car is wider, we give the customer more shoulder room, more knee room. So this is actually a lot more comfortable. A lot of things that, like you said about the Mustang, what people love about our Mustang, this is our everyday car. I have one. I have had one for 4 years, and I drove mine to work today with 3 inches of snow on the ground. Okay.
So you guys mostly come in a manual transmission or automatic?
Actually, we are seeing that the trend is shifting towards automatic, but there are diehards who absolutely love a manual, so we offer both.
How many horsepower is this car pushing?
So this one is an EcoBoost. So this is another great story. This is an AND story. This one pushes 310 horsepower and 310 foot-pounds of torque, which is an AND story because as it's doing it, it also delivers one of the best fuel economy in the segment. So, think about this, a 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine pushing over 300 horsepower.
Wow. So what are we talking, over 20 miles per gallon? Around there?
Absolutely, yeah. This one achieves 32 miles per gallon.
Wow. Big change from the days when I used to have an old muscle car, got like 9 miles per gallon.
Think about that, right?
And only started up half the time.
That's right. And we have 3 engine lineup on this Mustang. We have a 3.7 liter V6, a 2.3 liter EcoBoost engine, and the granddaddy all of the 5 liter V8. All 3 of them achieving 300 horsepower or more. First time ever in our Mustang lineup, we have every powertrain achieving 300 horsepower or more.
Wow. Amazing vehicle. Thanks again for the walkthrough. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're back here at Ford, taking a look at the GT350.
Hi, I'm Brian Cotter. I'm on the PR team for this car. I do PR for the Mustang and the Shelby GT350. And what we got here is the new Shelby GT350. It's an evolution on the Mustang fastback design that's gotten so much attention this past year. This is a very unique car, 5.2 liter flat plane crankshaft V8 engine. It's got really aggressive seats. It's got some really cool wheels, humongous brakes, giant tires. It's really an all-out performance machine.
Well, anything with the name Shelby on it has got to live up to a pretty high standard. And you got the classic white stripes down the hood.
Yeah, the blue stripes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the blue stripes. Hello. Sorry, the blue stripes on white. The classic look to this sucker, man. This thing looks like a beast. How many horsepower is this pushing?
It's going to make more than 500 horsepower. We haven't said the exact number yet, but you can't go wrong if it's over 500.
So how do you keep the sucker on the ground with 500 horse running?
Well, if you look at the size of these tires, they're absolutely ridiculous. We've got Pilot's Super Sport tires on this. They're some of the grippiest compound tires that you can get right now, and they're just absolutely massive. So you've got a huge contact patch. That means you can corner harder. That means you can brake harder. It just makes it an all-out performance machine.
Have you guys lowered the vehicle or changed any suspension for handling?
Suspension's all new. It's got different springs. It's got what's called a Magna-Ride suspension, which means it's variable shocks that you can sort of change to be either sporty or a bit more comfortable depending on the circumstances. So if you want to take it to the track, flip a switch, the suspension firms up. On the way home, you can flip another switch and it's soft again, so your ride home is nice and comfortable.
Wow, and I see you still got the classic look with some of the analog gauges and...
Yeah, if you want, we can open the door and take
Yeah, let's take a look.
It's locked. It's got Recaro seats with very aggressive bolsters. It's got Alcantara. This is a premium material that you can use. It's a faux suede. And the steering wheel, it's also Alcantara, and it's very grippy. If we reach in, the alarm might go off. 6-speed transmission, slick shifting. It's just a great performance machine.
So what's the retail on this kind of vehicle?
Have not announced the retail price yet, but if you keep an eye out,
Do I need a loan?
well,
Mortgage the house to get the car?
I hope not. I sure hope not.
I mean, it's not going to be like the GT5. Is it GT500? Is that that one? Which one? The white one.
The white one, that's a Ford GT.
That's yes, that sucker I remember was like what 100 dimes out the lot.
Yeah, and it's appreciated since then, which is rare for a modern day car.
Very cool. Hey, thanks again. We totally appreciate it. This car is simply awesome. I'll be back for a test drive in about a half hour.
The line starts right there.
All right, thanks again. We're here with Eric Peterson of Ford. He wants to give us a walk through the F-150. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
All right, tell us about one of America's favorite vehicles. Actually, worldwide, one of the favorite vehicles, the F-150. What's changed this year? I know a lot with the body and that type of thing, design, body. Really, it's like a whole new vehicle, right?
Basically an entirely different vehicle. There's a couple of carryover parts. It's really all new. So the big change is the material choice on the exterior. High-strength military-grade aluminum alloy sheds about 700 pounds of weight out of the truck, so that gives you more towing, more hauling, better fuel economy, better ride dynamics, so you don't get that same type of body roll that you might get in a truck. Not that's a problem, but it gets better with the lighter truck.
Is it? Does it make it a softer ride, a stiffer type of ride? Did you have to change the suspension or?
Suspension was slightly modified, but really just the frame is the backbone's still a high-strength steel frame, and so that's really the key. So you have a really stiff, stronger frame using more high-strength steel, 78% high-strength steel underneath, with the aluminum body on the top. So your ride is just as confident. So it still has leaf springs, so that gives you the ability to put the max amount of payload in there, up to 3,300 pounds of payload in an under 8,500 truck.
F-150 has always been the workhorse of the basically of all the pickup lines.
Well, yeah, if it doesn't work, then that's really the first choice, right? When you're getting a pickup truck, you have to decide, I need something to get work done. Nothing gets work done better than an F-150, so it starts there, and we just make it more efficient and a better build with the aluminum.
So what did you guys change here on the front?
Well, basically everything that you see. If you think of today's truck, it has more of a flat face to it, and even like the hood kind of comes down, so you have like a tooth in the grill up front. So that actually pops back up, and now the hood line right there. You can see it bends around a little bit to create a little different shape in the front of the vehicle. And this is really inspired by the Atlas concept that we had 2 years ago at the North American show. It really showed like an aggressive new look for the Ford F-150, and we think the actual 2015 truck really delivers on it. But you can see you have available upper and lower grille shutters on the EcoBoost engine. You've got a camera right here, so you have a front camera. It's part of a 360-degree camera system. LED headlamps, the chrome tow hook. So really everything about the front of the vehicle just gives it an all-new appearance, but also very aerodynamic too, so that you get better fuel economy.
Yeah, this thing really is amazing. The redesign that you guys have done is, I mean, this is a beast of a vehicle.
Well, I mean, what we want to do is make sure the exterior signal as much change as going on with actually the materials. So, and we think we've done that. You certainly take a look at this truck versus our truck today. You can see that it's different. Some of the other things that have changed, if you walk around the side, we lowered the belt line, so you actually have better visibility. So this actually used to be an inch higher. What that does is it provides better sight lines. This dip is actually 2 inches down, so that's even more so you get better side-to-side visibility. You're trying to park, you get that. So that's a big deal. This is pretty cool right here. These are spotlight mirrors. So actually LED spotlight mirrors. Basically, it's a flashlight attached to your truck. Purposeful technology. So if I wanted to use like a flashlight, I might even just bend it like that or bend it back and use that as a flashlight. So think if you're like at a campsite, or if you're like even like maybe say like at a ranch or a slight off-road course, turn that on. You can see if you got a rock sitting out to the side of your car or a bush.
Very small LED lights in there.
Very small, really powerful and bright. It's a very bright light. It will blind your camera. And then the 360 camera that we have is actually tucked. The other cameras are tucked right underneath here. This is where you get your fisheye cameras.
And that 360 is so helpful, especially on a big vehicle. I mean, that's super helpful.
Well, it is, and a lot of times people think that that's something you would only get maybe in like a luxury vehicle, but that purposeful technology allows you to maybe, like I said, go off-road, be at your farm at night or your ranch at night. You can actually see where you're going and look at the different features, all the different like terrain, so you don't scratch the truck up.
It's amazing where pickup trucks have gone. I mean, the F-150, I mean, started from a rugged ride, and now it's luxurious. It's nicer than like a luxury car.
Well, actually, it's probably the top luxury vehicle out there when you look at just transaction price, because people used to have a truck and a car, and now with all the advancements that have made in pickup trucks, they really have one truck, and this does it all. It has to do the work in the back, but actually be able to carry 4 people, 5 people comfortably on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, the interior is huge. I mean, we open this back seat. This is not like, I mean, nobody's going to be cramped in this back seat.
I mean, well, first of all, there's 2 more inches of interior space side to side. So actually, we really widened the interior. So the exterior stance was only done about an inch, but interior 2 inches, so you get more side to side usage, which is great. The other thing, actually, you get more front to back, not because there's necessarily more room in there, because seats are thinner. So if the seats are thinner, you get more usable space. And look at that amount of legroom in there. You're not even sacrificing your fully flat load floor, which is really important to truck customers to have that ability to slide things in and out. Think like a big screen TV or a toolbox. You don't want that hump in the middle where you're going to get stuff hung up on. You want it to be a useful, purposeful truck. Even if you're carrying cargo in the back, you might want to lock things up, put a dog kennel in the back as well. It makes it much easier if that's flat like that.
That's cool. I never even thought about, I didn't even pay attention that there's no hump in the middle.
Yeah, no, and that's something that we've had for a while too, but it's very important to us. So that our customers told us that that's important, so we made sure that we had that in the new F-150 as well.
Yeah, I mean, you guys really did listen to your customer and all this stuff, because you gave it a beefier look to the whole vehicle. I mean, you're going to get better gas mileage with a lighter frame. And it's lighter and stronger, right?
Right. Actually, it's interesting you say that, because good question. The aluminum is actually more denting resistant than this outgoing steel, and that's hard for some people to get. One, it's the property, so the actual property, the metal is one. The other piece of it is too, just the density. So if you actually, or the thickness, because aluminum's lighter, you can use more material. So more material makes a bit of a stronger truck. So it's the material plus the thickness. It's a win-win.
Let's take a look in the front seats here. Like I said, and this is the Platinum Edition. People have to know that this is the Mac Daddy.
Right. This is the top-end truck, right? So you get all the features. You get that 360-degree camera. You get the you can get the available lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control. This also has an available auto park. So you talked about big trucks with a 360 camera. You can also put auto park, have it park itself for you.
Wow. So, well, especially, you know, for guys like me that got kids that are younger drivers, it's really convenient to have a 360 camera because if they have to take your big vehicle out there, they need a little help.
Sure, exactly, and that's why you have all that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's all the purposeful technology that you would get in a top-end sedan. People expect that to be available in a truck or want it to be available in a truck, and we think that makes a lot of sense. A lot of those convenience features, have them available. Not everybody's going to buy those, but at least have them available in the pickup truck allows you to have this truck be your one multi-purpose vehicle.
Is there anything particular that inspired the new design?
Well, I mean, literally tough is really what inspires everything that we do. So the truck had to look and deliver tough. If it didn't do that, it wouldn't be the next F-150. So our designers set out to make this the toughest looking truck that they could, but yet make it more aerodynamic so you can increase the fuel efficiency even through aerodynamic changes.
No, beautiful vehicle. Once again, thanks for taking time out to hang with us.
Thanks.
Oh, wait. Since we're a music show, greatest guitar player of all time?
Eddie Van Halen.
Okay. Next?
With Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Favorite band?
Today, Smiths.
Okay.
And then Van Halen.
And did the Lions get screwed against Dallas?
I'm a Packer fan. Go Pack.
All right. Thanks again, man. We totally appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you. All right, we're here with DJ Wonder at the auto show. We're going to talk to some of the people that don't get the recognition they deserve at these shows. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been doing pretty good all day today, man, with all the models for the cars. I don't know about you, man. I've been getting a little bit of recognition around here. I don't know.
So you've been styling. All right. So you're from New York?
Yeah, we do Shade 45 on Sirius XM. It's satellite radio.
Yeah.
Eminem station in Detroit. So
Yep.
that's what we're doing.
What's his name's on that station too? From Detroit. The guy. Rude Jude. That's right.
Yeah,
That's cool. So tell us a little bit about your career DJing.
I started at Hot 97 in New York City. It's a pretty big hip hop station. From there, I moved over to Sirius, and I've been there for about 10 years now.
How'd you wind up with a Red Wing hat?
I'm staying at the Henry in, where's that at? And it's like a couple minutes down the way, there's a mall there. I said, I'm in Detroit. Let me get a Detroit Red Wings hat to show some.
I'm gonna hook you up one of these. I wish I had some with me.
Okay, I love Detroit, man. I'll wear any Detroit paraphernalia. Let me know.
Cool. So, all right, as a DJ, we're gonna ask you. So, just a few minutes ago, you're playing Jane's Addiction.
Yes.
All right. So, give us the process of mixing like a Jane's Addiction tune. You hear like a rockin' tune. Do you slow it down? Do you speed it up? What do you do to this tune to make it something happening?
Man, this is what happens when you play corporate events. You can't play like straight Young Jeezy and Gucci Mane for like 3 hours straight. They get mad at you. So you got to find a way to work in songs that everybody knows, or maybe stuff that I like that might not be too offensive and stuff. So I'll take that and then I'll put it with maybe like a popular hip hop beat. So maybe people that like hip hop in the back of the room will be like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then people who don't know hip hop will be like, all right, maybe it's a song I like. So it's just all about putting it together, whatever. It's a lot easier now with computer programs and everything else. But you can't let the song run out. Like I just did.
With guys like us, yeah. All right, so if I give you, I just recorded a couple songs with George Clinton. If I give them to you, play them?
Yo,
Actually, you'd have to censor one of them, though. Yeah, I really did, with George Clinton.
I met a dude from Minneapolis that was working with George Clinton. He had all his old masters and stuff like that, and he was telling me about that. So that's
Well, we recorded 2 new songs with him. It's coming on my album. And we just recorded with Billy Cox from Hendrix's band and Davey Pattison from Robin Trower. A few guests on this album coming out, but George was the coolest cat out of everybody. It was cool recording that guy. Have you been to United Sound in Detroit?
No, I've never been there, yeah.
How long you in town for?
Until tomorrow, 4 o'clock.
You been to Motown?
I haven't been anywhere in Detroit. I've been to my hotel, straight to here.
Okay. You gotta make the trip to Motown, the Motown Museum on West Grand. It's literally 5 minutes away.
Okay.
So worth going to. Stevie Wonder's drum kit's still there. Marvin Gaye's piano's still there. I mean, it's a small place, Studio A, but amazing the history there. You got to check that out while you're here.
I think I'm going to do it early tomorrow morning. I'm going to go check it out. Thank you.
And then there's one other place here called United Sound. That's where I recorded with George. But that place is probably the most famous unknown studio in Detroit because Marvin Gaye, Prince, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Berry Gordy, John Lee Hooker, Miles Davis, they all recorded at that studio in Detroit.
Nice. All right, man. I'm going to have to see if I can get 2 in before the flight tomorrow. I don't know. It's going to be tough, man.
We'll get you out there. Hey, thanks again, dude, for hanging with us. Have a great show. Hey. GMs to the Chevys. Obviously same company, but here's a Suburban. The Tahoe. Again, America always defining the large truck brand. And of course, American muscle with the Corvette. That wraps it up here from the 2015 North American International Auto Show in Detroit. Another awesome 5-star event. We'll see you next year.
From D-Town to your town, we're coming your way. When you see the D fly, you better cheer the brave. Welcome to the King That's Crown. We're from Detroit City, we're the best.